Let's start the prayers before teachings. Mahum, Om Mahum, Om Mahum. Om Sambara, Sambara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Smara, Smara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Sambara, Sambara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Smara, Smara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Sambara, Sambara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Smara, Smara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Sambara, Sambara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Smara, Smara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Sambara, Sambara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Smara, Smara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Sambara, Sambara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Smara, Smara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Sambara, Sambara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. Om Smara, Smara, Vimana Saramahajabahum. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. For the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all manner sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all manner sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all manner sentient beings. In particular, I must achieve enlightenment quickly in order to free all numberless kind mother sentient beings from the unimaginable ocean of samsaric sufferings and lead them to peerless full enlightenment. For this purpose, I must listen and thereafter put into practice the teachings of the profound Buddha Dharma. Tayata Shami Shamawati Shamita Shankru Angre Mankre Marusite Karute Kyore Tizowati Oloyani Ushuda Nimani Mana Panaye Kukre Kaka Grase Grasani Omoki Para Muki Amuki Shamitani Sawa Graha Panda Nane Nihigetora Sarva Para Pawadina Vimuta Mara Pasha Sidabitwa Buddha Mudra Anun Gatita Sawa Mare Putarita Parishude Vikasantu Sawa Mara Kramani. I prostrate to the gathering of Dakinis of the three places, coming from the supreme holy sites of space and joy, who have the powers of clairvoyance and magical animation, and regard practitioners as the offspring. Aka Sama Ratsa Shada Rasa Marayapi. Aka Sama Ratsa Shada Rasa Marayapi. Aka Sama Ratsa Shada Rasa Marayapi. Tayata Gati Gati Parakati Parsam Gati Bodhisvoha. Through the powerful, great truth of the words of the three jewels, may all adverse conditions be overcome. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. May all the evils such as enemies, obstacles, and hindrances and adverse conditions be pacified. Chatim Kuriye Soha. May the 80,000 types of obstacles be pacified. May we be separated from adverse harmful conditions. May everything conducive be obtained, and by the auspiciousness of everything good, may there be excellent happiness here and now. May all sentient beings achieve extraordinary superior happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from the unbearable sea of suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from the bliss of supreme liberation. May all sentient beings be free of all bias, attachment, and anger to near ones and aversion to others. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Reverently, I posture my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actually offered and mentally transformed. I confess all my negative actions accumulated since within the time, and rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of others and myself to the great enlightenment. The Heart Sutra. Thus have I heard. Once the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha at Altitude Mountain, together with great gathering of Sangha of monks and a great gathering of Sangha of Bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One entered a samadhi that expresses the Dharma called profound illumination. And at the same time, Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, while practicing the profound Prajna Paramita, saw in this way, he saw the 5 skandhas also be empty of nature. Then, through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Sariputra said to Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, how should a son or daughter of noble family train who wishes to practice a profound Prajna Paramita? Addressed in this way, Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, said to Venerable Sariputra, O Sariputra, a son or daughter of noble family who wishes to practice a profound Prajna Paramita should see in this way, seeing the 5 skandhas to be empty of nature. Form is emptiness. Emptiness also is form. Emptiness is no other than form. Form is no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are emptiness. Thus, Sariputra, all dhammas are emptiness. There are no characteristics. There is no birth and no cessation. There is no impurity and no purity. There is no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Sariputra, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no perception, no formation, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no appearance, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no dhammas, no I dhatu up to no mind dhatu, no dhatu of dhammas, no mind consciousness dhatu, no ignorance, no end of ignorance up to no old age and death, no end of old age and death, no suffering, no origin of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Sariputra, since the Bodhisattvas have no attainment, they abide by means of Prajna Paramita. Since there's no obscuration of mind, there is no fear. They transcend falsity and attain complete nirvana. All the Buddhists of the 3 times by means of Prajna Paramita fully awakened to unsurpassable true complete enlightenment. Therefore, the great mantra of Prajna Paramita, the mantra of great insight, unsurpassed mantra, unequal mantra, the mantra that comes all suffering, should be known as truth. Since there's no deception, the Prajna Paramita mantra is said in this way. Dayata Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi Swaha. Thus, Sariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva should train and perform Prajna Paramita. Then the Blessed One arose from the Samadhi and praised Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, saying, Good, good, O son of noble family, thus it is. O son of noble family, thus it is. One should practice a profound Prajna Paramita, just as you have taught, and all the Dagadas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, Venerable Sariputra and Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, the whole assembly with his gods, humans, asuras, and gandharvas rejoiced and praised the words of the Blessed One. Okay, you shall stop here.
Good evening, Rinpoche. All right, so right now, you may offer 3 prostrations to Singha Rinpoche. And then after that, we will offer him a mandala before teaching.
Let's offer mandala for the precious teaching. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Om Raja Ground Ahum. Here's the mighty and powerful base of gold. Om Raja Lai Ahum. The outer ring is encircled with this iron fence. In the center, the king of mountains, Mount Meru. In the east, the continent. In the south, Jambuvipa. In the west, Aparagodania. In the north, Uttarakuru. Around the east, the subcontinents Deha and Videha. Around the south, Chamara and Upper Chamara. Around the west, Sata and Uttaramantri. Around the north, the subcontinents Koraba and Koraba. In the east is the Treasure Mountain. In the south is the Wish Planting Tree. In the west is the Wish Planting Cow. In the north is the harvest that needs no cultivation. Here's the precious wheel. Here's the precious jewel. Here's the precious queen. Here's the precious minister. Here's the precious elephant. Here's the precious and best of horses. Here's the precious general. Here's the great treasure vast. Here's the goddess of beauty. Here's the goddess of gardens. Here's the goddess of song. Here's the goddess of dance. Here's the goddess of flowers. Here's the goddess of incense. Here's the goddess of light. Here's the goddess of perfume. Here's the sun. Here's the moon. Here's the umbrella of all that is precious. Here's the banner of victory in all directions. In the center are all the possessions precious to gods and men. This magnificent collection lacking in nothing, I offer to you, my kind and holy Roots Lama, together with you, venerable lineage Lamas, and to you, Lama, compassionate Lama Uzam Doam Doji Chang. Together with the assembly of gods, I offer this pure and beautiful collection to you. In your compassion, accept what I offer for the sake of all beings. Having accepted this to myself and to all beings, please grant your blessings through your great compassion. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, sun and moon. I offer in visualizations as pure Buddhas. May all sentient beings thus enjoy this pure land. Objects, my attachment, anger, ignorance, my body, my wealth and enjoyments, without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from 3 poisons. Venerable Holy Gurus, in the space of your true body, form billowing clouds of your wisdom and love, let fall the rain of profound and extensive Dharma in whatever form is suitable for subduing sentient beings. Om Yidam Guru Rana Mandala Kamniya Tayami. Precious Guru, please grant me all realizations of the path, from Guru devotion to the completion of the training, the unified Raja state. Please grant me blessings that my mind will become Dharma, that Dharma will become the path, that hindrances in the path may not occur, that I may cease all wrong conceptions and receive immediately the 2 precious Bodhisattva. Okay, let's all read Rinpoche. Good evening, Rinpoche.
Good evening, Rinpoche.
Good evening, Rinpoche.
Good
evening, Rinpoche.
Good
evening, Rinpoche.
Good evening, everybody. Good morning to those of you in the US, and good night to those of you in Australia and New Zealand. So today somebody asked some very interesting question, and so what is the interesting question? To me, this interesting question is it's about bodhicitta. May I know how we should generate bodhicitta consistently when we are trying to complete a set of practice like 9 preliminary practice or mantra recitation? So in terms of how we should try, we should generate this consistently. Actually, according to the books, they always have many ways. So if you want to know the scholarly answers, please read up. But if you want to know the experiential answer, then this experiential answer need to come from ourselves. That has to come with borrowing the experiences of the current life, where we need to reflect and feel frightened of the result that we may experience if somebody somebody find out all the bad things that we have done. So all of us have done mistakes in our life. And so, and the main thing right now is this. What is the other thing that we should also do, we should also feel for, is when we know if we speak up, things will have been better. To, you see, so what is better? Some people self-righteously would say that, oh, if I speak up, then, you know, I will right the wrongs. But if we look at we genuinely look at the teaching of Mahayana Buddhism, then that is based on compassion. If we say based on compassion, then it definitely need to go into one point, is everybody don't want suffering and everybody wants happiness. Isn't it? Right? Since we all don't want suffering and we all want happiness, then we should really think about how we would like to soften the situation by connection and not by correction. Many of us were brought up being corrected because our grandparents were probably correcting our parents, and our great-grandparents would be correcting our grandparents. So it is a karma that we are born into our current family. And it is also karma for some of you who have migrated out of the place that you were born, or you're not living in a place that you are born. So many people like to ask me all these kind of strange questions. The thing is that there's nothing strange about it. There's no escape from samsara wherever we are. So we say samsara. I always, Uncle Pang used to joke, samsara is semua salah, everybody is wrong. So since everybody is wrong, everybody has done wrong. Even we didn't do wrong action, but we didn't speak to soften the hurt, the pain. We didn't speak to help the aggressor or help the victim both to come to a balance point. That is also our mistake. So unless you say, oh, not saying is better than saying, then I want to say one thing is the train in the way of thought is, then Buddha also taught for 45 years, isn't it? During his lifetime on earth, he also had many enemies because he spoke of what is beneficial to the situation, isn't it? There will be many people who are used to being on the side of gaining lots of benefits because of Lord Buddha. He speak up, and then many people's minds start to become more balanced, and then other people are not happy with him. So are we practicing the Dharma for the 8 worldly concerns or not? Okay, even in the Guru Puja, it says very clearly that we should not practice the Dharma for the 8 worldly concerns, because in our day-to-day life, it's already 8 worldly concerns. Look at right now, COVID. Everybody is turning to the internet for good reputation, good response, good name, fame, honor, and everything, isn't it? Isn't that also 8 worldly concern? So what then is not 8 worldly concern, and what then is the way to generate the bodhicitta? Is that we need to reflect on the mistaken experiences we have on this life. We need to reflect on everybody don't want suffering and want happiness. From ourselves as human beings, to animals, to hungry ghosts, you know. Even if you have ants, and then you bring a lighter nearby, you know, you strike a match and put near the ants, all the ants would run away. Much less ourselves, much less all beings. So we really need to really think about that. And then when you generate that bodhicitta, this bodhicitta should not be about ego, self-grasping I. Because it's like putting muddy water or drain water into the cup of spring water. Okay, so this bodhicitta is like spring water, but we add self-cherishing I inside. Okay, so when we say we do Vajrasattva practice or we do purification practice, then most of us will always think about, oh, you know, I want to purify against this because in last time I did this, last time I did that. Okay, even though that is okay, but that is still using the Dharma to fulfill my needs of wanting to purify against the feeling of guilt. Guilt and regret is different. You understand? Okay, guilt and regret is different. If you regret, then you slowly make some adjustments in the way we choose to think and feel. We regret. But if we just feel guilty, feeling guilty, and then after that feel depression, feeling of depression, the root is still self-cherishing I. I feel sad, I feel scared, I feel this, I feel that. It's about I, always still about I. So far, do you all understand? So far, you understand? Okay. So it may be so many reasons of having this and having that, but the root is still I. So when we say, I want to save all sentient beings, how to be the Superman to save all beings? It's impossible to save all beings because we have to understand one point. Not all beings want to be saved. Not all beings want to be liberated. Just like if you are telling children, don't do this, don't do that, this, not, they'll be this. They don't care, they don't listen. Even you say children, don't say children, even you become, even adults, when the guru tell the disciple, do this, don't do this, don't do this. They don't care. Because ultimately, everything still linked back to the experience of current life. And everything still think about, oh, because this person like this, because that person like that, because that person did this, because that person did that. It's like keep on justifying and shirking responsibility for our own awakening. And everything is based on blaming other people. So always, you know, it's not my fault. I'm like this because it's somebody like this. I'm like that because it's somebody like that. Do you understand? Okay. So it cannot be like this. It cannot be the situation where our own awakening, our own enlightenment is somebody else's responsibility. It cannot be the situation where somebody else's actions or choice of words or thought, deed, and action that will lead to my own awakening. It cannot be that. Okay? So it is very important that now that if we say we want to practice Dharma, we want to have a bodhicitta. The thought of bodhicitta is like being superhero. But the real superhero is the thought to be there for others, to connect with others without judging others. You get it? Okay. Many people didn't want to connect with us. Many people didn't want to accept us. Many people didn't want to listen to us. So we are many a time not heard, isn't it? Right? So what is it that comes from bodhisattva practice? Then it comes from bodhisattva practice as having this thought of bodhicitta, how to maintain that you want to become Buddha for the sake of helping, for the sake of freeing them from their suffering. If we don't become awakened or enlightened, it is really impossible to help others fully. Just like myself, I am not Buddha. I am not enlightened. I cannot help everybody fully. Right? If what I do and what I say is suited for your ears, then maybe you like me. If what I do and what I say is not suited for your thought, deed, and action, then you will not like me. So then many gurus these days will do many things like garnering or gathering fan club. Okay, if Dharma teacher become gathering like fan club, then this is really difficult and this is really sad. So how do you know? Is that, you know, we have to now look into the situation where that if you are willing to be like your guru, if you study your guru, is he willing? Is your guru always been willing to connect with other beings? Or just interest in, like, you know, looking good and like doing things and everything? Or is he down-to-earth person? So are you going to be a down-to-earth person to connect and to connect and communicate for the other person to comprehend, to help other beings. Okay? And if other people reject your help, like that lah. Okay? It will always be like that. There will never be a situation where everybody will be very happy with you, or everybody will like you, or everybody will thank you. Okay, it will never be like that. Okay, so let's focus on what you can do. So what can we do? You can pray, right? So in your what can you do? You can pray. You can train your own mind. Okay, like do the practice of the preliminaries, you do the prostrations, do the recitations, do the mandala. This you can do. Many things you cannot do. It's not you cannot do. They don't have the power because we just don't have the merit, or we don't have the blessings of the body, speech, and mind. So there's no connection, right? Even though socket and plug together, if there's no electricity or Wi-Fi system down, then difficult, isn't it? Right? So what make you and me can communicate now is because of a Wi-Fi connection and not a Wi-Fi correction. I didn't correct you that you must use the brand of computer that I am using. I didn't correct you that you must do this or you must do that, isn't it? Right? So didn't correct you. You are what you are. You have what you have. Most important, whatever we have something in common. Common goal, common heart, common connection, Wi-Fi. This is impossible 30 years ago, right? Right? Last time you have to call, collect, every minute is how much, isn't it? Make an international phone call, isn't it? Right? Yeah. So, but now it's free. International connection is free. But are people willing to connect? Last time make excuse very expensive. Now that is free, also no time to connect. We find all kind of excuse. So who is choosing to remain in samsara? Okay. So these are the few things that we really must reflect on ourselves. So how do you get it? That is, you have to borrow the experience of this life to readjust our body, speech, and mind for tomorrow. Don't say for future. Start from today and tomorrow. Now, before we sleep, how are we going to sleep? How are we going to fall asleep? Did we learn how to fall asleep? Did I learn how to fall asleep? And if I don't wake up tomorrow, that means if I already passed away, do I have any regrets? Okay, so these are some of the things that I thought that I want to explain. How to have the bodhicitta, how to make it consistent, is to follow these few simple points. Okay, yeah. Don't feel guilty, but generate this regret. Okay, feel connection for others, not correction. Okay, this is very important. There are many times when I feel like I'm merely chasing the number of mantras, practices to quickly complete the practice. It's okay, you are honest, right? Right now, you are reciting something very powerful. So even though you don't understand, it doesn't mean it don't work. Okay. It will take time. It will take effort. It will be boring, but persevere. That is called Dharma practice. Okay. Even every day, if I want to think, oh, I'm sick, I'm this and that, I don't want to do my recitation, this and that. I don't allow it to happen. You understand? Right? I just do it. You know, you just want to do it. You just want to get it. You just want to complete it. Okay? So that's why some Tibetan lamas, they say, oh, the recitation is like every morning, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? Even though blah, 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 still is good because body, speech, and mind at that time accumulating some merits. Normal time, not blah, blah, not recitation. Is just gossiping, talking all the worldly things, eating, drinking. What? You see what? So even though if it's just accumulation of number, it's okay. Some people then want to think that, oh, I don't need to accumulate the number because I don't need this and that. Again, that is based on your own self-cherishing ego. Okay, ego, self-grasping ignorance. Okay, when you can count, record it so that it is also encouragement for yourself, because we are beings who need self-recognition and self-encouragement. Then when you feel some warmth, some kind of feeling of self-love and rejoicing, rather than just say, oh, my whole life I just recite this. How much you recite, I don't know. When you recite, I don't know. I just do, blindly do. But when you count, there is some awareness. You see? The main thing right now is that to practice with awareness. We're not trying to practice with ignorance or blind faith. Right? Is there any meaning behind the number 111,111? So the 100,000, actually, what it means is you want to recite every syllable of the mantra 100,000 times. It will be ridiculous if I ask you to recite 100,000 Om Mani Padme Hum with 100,000 Om 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 Ma 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 isn't it? Right? So you hear Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 isn't it? At least you recitation full mantra. Right? It's so difficult, you know, om. Right? It's ridiculous, so difficult. Yeah. So Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani. So 100,000. The remaining 11,000 is 10,000 is the like a, what to say in English? It's like a payback for the definitive mental wandering that you are going to have. Don't tell me 100,000, you don't mind 100,000 definitive concentration. Sure, mental wandering, isn't it? So 10% extra. So of the 10,000, another 10% extra. You understand? So it's not 111,000. So if your guru asks you to recite, like for example, right? Like for example, Tsundi's mantra, right? Chundi mantra, how many syllable? Om Jale, Chule, Chundi, Soha, 9, right? So you're supposed to recite 100,000 om cha 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 le. Correct. So Om Jale Chuli Chundi Soha 900,000 times. So every 100,000 you pay extra of 10,000. Of the mystic, again another 10,000. So you have to recite 999,999. Om Jale 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 So, Om Jale 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 So, Om Jale 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 So, Om Jale 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 So. You understand? And not like Om Jale Jale Jale. Oh, I complete the mantra already. Okay, but what you want to do is you want to accomplish the body, speech, and mind of the deity. Okay, and how do we accomplish that? That is, we focus on meditation. Okay, generation stage, meditation stage, then recitation stage. Okay, the main thing is don't do long session, do short session but many session. Okay, short session 1-2 hours is short. Okay, then some people say, oh, I can sit down 4 or 5 hours, but this is not possible for me. Even for me, it's not possible. Okay, so you want to practice, then we want to practice something like this: sincerely, honestly, okay, accumulatively. So in the beginning it is difficult, but slowly it's coming like this, right? So mantra Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Re Soha, 10 syllable. So you need to do 1.1 million, right? 10% of the 10% and the 10% of the 10% like this. So no, Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Re So, 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 Om Tare. You understand? So this is how you want to accomplish your life and your activity for the benefit for all sentient beings, starting with the body that you currently have now. So much our life did ordinary time, so much mental wandering. Oh, what other people think, what other people feel, my mother happy, my mother not happy, my father happy, my father not happy, what other people would this and that and everything, whether my business good or not. These are so many things. Really, when we die, we think how much benefit did we get out of the human life. That's why the guru say we live in a golden mountain, but when we leave, we don't even take 1 gram of gold. Isn't it? Right? Because when we are there, we see gold everywhere, then gold is become so common and ordinary. So right now we see all Buddha Rupas, or we hear the Dharma, everything is here, everything is beneficial, but if we don't even make the effort to recite. Okay, so that's why really very beneficial. Okay, you recite this Taras mantra. Special deity of teaching Choling is Ramo Chundi, yeah, Chundi form, right? Or Chundi Pusa. So Om Jale Jole Jole So, Om Jale Jole Jole. But good to recite the full mantra to accumulate merits. It's an increasing mantra. Namo Samanta Buddha Nam Sama Sambuddha Kotinam Tayata Om Jale Jole Jole So. But just recite and count. Then you feel rejoice, you feel happy. Correct? Most of people don't even recite 1 mantra a day. If you have job and this and that, you break all your commitments, you just don't care. You don't even think about reciting 1 mantra or 1 prayer a day. 0, G for 0. Right? Much less to say, oh, I receive vows, I this, I that, and everything. Yeah. quite embarrassing to say. Okay, so really we need to put in effort to do some prayer, some recitation. Okay, understand? Okay, so this next question. When we make dedication and aspiration for next life, should it be to Pure Land or be reborn to wherever our Guru manifests? When you make a prayer for next life, it really depends on what is the level of your Guru devotion and what is the level of your faith. Many people see Guru and deity as separate. So you see, you want to make an aspirational prayer to Dewa Chen, to Amitabha Buddha Pure Land, to Jila Siji. And what happens? Then that Buddha there, the Amitabha Buddha and my Guru is separate. Right? So really, that is a Sutrayana teaching. But in a Vajrayana teaching, then you have to train in the Guru and the Buddha is oneness. That's why Lama Sungha Rinpoche says Guru Buddha, Guru Buddha. Okay? That everything that appears to you, appears or manifests in your life is made manifest for you to learn your karmic lesson, to grow greater, just like, plants. If we really look at plants, then plants really, their fertilizer is full of shit, isn't it? But the plants accept the fertilizer, accept the shit, and then grow greater than it is. So, if you see Guru as ordinary, as an ordinary human, then you are going to suffer. Right? Whether the Guru is ordinary or not is besides the point. If you choose this person to be Guru, then you must train to see that your Guru is your Buddha. You understand? And what is the most important in the practice? It is called connection. So if you are of a more basic, then in a basic practice, then you say, oh, go to Pure Land. It is good. But if you are Vajrayana practitioner, then I don't know about you. One day, I just decided to ask my Guru, in future, please come back again and again. My Guru said, oh, I actually thought of not coming back anymore. And then I said, no, please, my Guru, come back again and again for us all. We need you. Okay? And keep me by your side. May I be reborn everywhere you manifest. So, what is the main purpose of this? Is you want the Guru to fulfill you as an ego, or you want to cultivate and practice as to become part of the entourage of your Guru? You understand what I mean? Right? To be reborn in the same place as the Guru versus serving the Guru as entourage is really very big difference. To serve the Guru and as entourage, the first thing is to put down our own ego. Right? your own ego, our own mind, our own thing of how things should be, must be, everything becomes mind training. To train our mind to become greater and better than who we are. So when it comes to that, mind training, so then you must understand what is more superior than to pray for next life is to current life to have mind training. When you have mind training, your guru is in and you is indivisible. Then based on the merit of a whole life of cultivating mind training and your guru and ourselves being indivisible, then next life, you don't even need to pray or worry about it, isn't it? Correct or not? Then if something becomes not necessary already, but it becomes, then the prayer for next life is, may I become a boat for those who need a boat. Right? Then you become manifesting whatever sentient beings need. Rather than, may I be reborn to Sukhavati, may I be reborn to whoever my guru is. Now, can you understand? This becomes different level of prayer, different level of feeling. Hello? You feel? You understand? Okay. So it's not a matter of words. It's not a matter of words. Like I give you a good example. Somebody was very upset because I didn't give them the answer that they want to hear. Okay. And this is very common. Okay. This is very common. To be, when you are practicing, you see, your guru give you the answer you want to hear, or the guru give you the truth. Okay, most of us wants the guru that give us what we want to hear. Then have fan club. Correct, have fan club. Okay, so guru give us something what we want to hear, but definitely not comfortable, and definitely not nice to face ourselves. Okay, so throughout this time, if you are practicing Dharma, if you practice the Dharma for 10 over years and all 10 over years you are very happy, then I think you are not practicing Dharma. 10 over years you are very happy, you never cry. I tell you, those that really practice Dharma wanna shed a lot of tears. Why? Because it tear off their heart, tear off their heart, because the heart is the ego self-grasping. Okay, it's 痛苦 one, 很痛苦的. Real Dharma practice is heart-aching, heartbreaking, because we finally know it is not somebody else, but really ourselves. Okay, so if your guru tells you, gives you an answer, when your answer you ask your guru tells you, it's your ego. Okay, then you see the ego manifest out. Okay, but when they say it's your ego, it really means we have to rethink, re-evaluate. Is it the way that I'm doing things is based on my ego? Based on the way that I'm used to doing? Okay, so it is ego. It is not the answer is not to hurt you, but to bring awareness to you. Right? Much can be learned by seeing people play computer games. Do they want to play the game the way they want it to be? Or do they want to play the game the way the game is supposed to be? Or do we want to change the way the game is supposed to be? You see? So many things is bring in our ego, our thoughts, our experience, our this, our that, many things. Right? So when you say so when it comes to Dharma practice, so what then is Dharma practice? Okay, if Dharma practice is painless, if Dharma practice is painless, then it is not Dharma practice. Okay. So, but it doesn't have to be that way. If we are willing, so you see, knife rubbing against the sharpening stone, or the sharpening stone rubbing against rubbing against the knife. Which one is which one? Okay. Or we use knife, sharpening stone rubbing against chalk, or sharpening stone rubbing against brick. Which one would dissolve faster? Would melt faster? Definitely chalk, right? Why? Both of them have the same idea of ego self-grasping. The thing is that how to make our mind soft and pliable. Which one we choose to be more easy to give in a sense called let go. Let go of the current identity of chalk or brick. Brick more difficult, chalk is much easier. Worse is knife, right? Very difficult to rub the knife on the sharpening steel, or the sharpening stone, or use the sharpening stone to rub on the knife. Okay, if let's say I say, okay, give me one bowl of iron fouling. Okay, maybe easy for some people, they got machines, but to have iron foulings, you need to take two iron foul to foul things, foul softer versions of iron or thinner versions of iron. Okay, so what does this mean? This really means wisdom. Okay, asking for iron foulings, you still iron fouling iron. Okay, but how to get iron foulings quickly, right? Iron is hard, but if you make it very thin like paper and loosely roll it, you can foul it easily to make iron foulings. Okay, so the application is called wisdom. The application is also called lowering or accepting of others' experience, knowledge, wisdom, lowering of our own ego, accepting other people's viewpoints. And all these things are actually things that hurt for ordinary people, that hurt for us, because we all don't want to listen. We all only want to do things our way. We all only want to this and that, isn't it? Right? Yeah. And whether it's successful or not, some people, everybody wants to do things our way, but some people are successful and some people are not. Why? Because of merit. Merit dictates how much knowledge that you have can transform into wisdom. Okay. The next question. If one of the children in the family practices Dharma seriously and with full faith, with marriage generated from Dharma practice, with full faith, will marriage generated from Dharma practice be able to benefit the parents and other siblings or even exhaust the negative karma of the parents? Exhaust negative karma for parents, I think, is almost impossible because everybody is responsible for their own enlightenment, whether parent or not, children or not. But if you were to say that if somebody is very serious to cultivate the Dharma, to practice with full faith, definitely there'll be benefit. But you know what is more beneficial than just full faith? You know what's more beneficial than just full faith? Okay, it's upaya. What is upaya? Upaya is skillful means. Full faith of Dharma with skillful means. Then you know how to adjust the distribution of Dharma or the sharing of Dharma, the dosage of Dharma to every individual being he or her connects with. Understand? Okay. So skillfulness comes from the blending of wisdom, merit, and compassion. Okay. And skillfulness usually comes better with age, just like wine. Okay, just like wine. Or whiskey for that matter. I see Ibrahim very happy. Okay, I see Ibrahim very happy. Right? So like that. Okay, we need time. We need endurance. We need compassion. We need support. Like this. Then things slowly becomes better with time, with age. Like that. Okay? But that doesn't mean that we should not reach out the Dharma to stop teaching children. We need to teach Dharma that is suitable for the righteous minds of children and teenagers. Okay? And then slowly teach them, train them, then things will become really much better. All right? There's one last question. What is a Dharma protector? Dharma protector means anybody who supports the Dharma is called a Dharma protector. So any one of you here, or all of you here who make the effort to listen to the Dharma, to digest the Dharma, to live the Dharma, you are a Dharma protector. Am I right? Isn't it? All of you are Dharma protectors. If anybody wants to destroy the Dharma or destroy Dharma practitioners, would you do all that you can to try to prevent it? So aren't you a Dharma protector? Okay, so understand it to be like that. There are real deity Dharma protectors and they are really powerful. They started like you and me. Okay, And then with time, with their practice, with their bodhicitta, with their effort, with their love, you know, they manifest in different forms to help other beings, okay, purify them of the negative karma because of disturbances from other beings, right? So like doctor, Dharma protector is like doctor. Sometimes doctor need to do operation. Sometimes doctor give medicine. Sometimes doctor give vaccination. Different ways. You understand? Sometimes doctors say do fasting. Sometimes doctors say don't eat certain things, don't drink certain things, avoid certain things, like that. Right? Okay, so Dharma protector is like doctor. Different activity, different form, different style, doing different things. So the Dharma protector. Guru is also Dharma protector. You are also Dharma protector. Okay? Right? Of course, so like Dharma protector, Pauden Lama, Mahakala, they are very powerful beings. Okay? That they take on such wrathful manifestation to stop the beings who believe they inherently are evil and inherently want to cause harm to others. So Dharma protector manifests in other forms to stop them, to purify them. Okay? So anybody have any questions, please?
Hi, good evening, Rinpoche. There's a question online.
Yes.
So there's a quote that says, I request respectfully my precious and holy Guru to bless me to be never separated from you in all my future rebirths. May I never be separated from my perfect Guru. So early on, you mentioned that there's a higher level to the, there's a higher level to the above quote. So what is the other way to rephrase the above statements? Thank you.
Thank you. I will not rephrase this statement because this prayer is composed by my Guru, Geshe Lama Kuncho. This prayer composed by my Guru upon the request of Angkapang. Angkapang was the one who requested Geshe Lama Kuncho for my long life prayer. And so as a disciple, I will not change anything my Guru writes. So whatever my Guru says is his word of truth. So I will not change a single word of what my Guru says. But if you feel, then again, if you feel on your own prayer, you can say, in all my life, may I, right, be in the same team as my Guru to serve and benefit all sentient beings. Something like that. Okay? We need to evolve and we need to come together and to serve together. They're like Pokemon, like Pokemon, right? Your Guru is the Pokemon trainer, you are the Pokemon, right? Yeah. No matter what happens, then the Pokemon doesn't die, it just revive, Like we as a disciple never die. We just come alive again, right? And forever serve Guru, just like Pokemon trainer. Yeah. Any other questions, please?
So for those who are in the audience, if you have a question for Singha Rinpoche, you may unmute yourself and just ask directly. All right, Chen Yan, you raised your hand. Please unmute yourself and then you can ask your question directly, please.
Good evening, Rinpoche. I'm just asking how to get rid of the pride and the ego. Even you see people are very pride because they are rich or they are very successful, and they also did many charity, but they always like demand you to do something. You must listen to them, and but you cannot say something bad to them. And so I think not because I'm afraid of the successful people or like the fears, but I just respect. I show my respect to them, and I just want to how to say, and to face myself, how to be honest to myself and also be honest to other people, even whether they are poor or they are rich, because I know I'm an ordinary people. I'm not Buddha yet. So that's why sometimes I say something in not so honest, not so honest to myself, but make people happy. And I have no choice. So if I do that, am I right? Or do you suggest me to do some other good, have other good choice, better choice, to be nice to people and nice to myself and nice to my parents and nice to myself? Because there's always conflict, you know. I'm not so honest to myself, and even I'm not happy, but I still have to smile and show my respect, show my happiness. But myself inside, I'm not so happy. So I think I'm very fake, always like that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, in China. Yeah.
So, how to practice with when you are facing people a lot of pride and this and that, or pride of myself?
Yeah.
So we have to break this thing down into many different parts. When it comes to, but the main way is to face ourselves first. What should I do when I have this situation? So then we have to think, all beings don't want suffering and want happiness. Then you do something that is based on the greater good for all. Even though if we feel difficult, okay, then we have to think now with wisdom and compassion and skillfulness, what is the best way? Like you say, I don't like, but to say this to make my parents happy, to this and that, then you can say, okay, you do everything this and that, then, you know, then I have a experience with in America. In America, I always hear this thing. White, so I think Western people or white people, they like to say like this. They say, after that they say, oh, by the way, this, that. Then after they say, oh, just saying. So I don't understand what just saying means. Just saying means they want to tell me what they really feel, or they want to say something so that after that to throw a spana in my life or throw a spana into their own life, or what's this saying? So anyway, I chose to ignore everything. I just do what is best for the purpose for Dharma propagation, not up to the personality or the ego or the pride of the other person or myself or this or that. So you say, rich people, they do many good deeds, but then they want you to listen to them, and then they'll probably also tell everybody how much good deeds they have done. And it is your choice whether you want to stick around them or not. If you choose to stick around them, you must know, then this will never end. and they have not enough merits, and they will have no merits. They actually feel so empty that they're actually seeking for. And you have to think of a good situation to tell them that if you really look at them, they're actually looking for recognition and acceptance. They need other people to say, oh, you're good, because maybe when they're young, everything they've done is wrong. Okay, I give you a good example. Some lady by the surname Zhou. Okay, everything also need the same thing she asked 100 times. Sometimes I really feel like slapping her. I'll put chili in her mouth, right? Yeah, ask her to eat chili. But another way, I think, oh, this person must be so hurt. Okay, but she chooses to be hurt, continue to be hurt, to suffer. Okay, so the main thing right now is this. It is other beings' choice. You and I, myself as Dharma practitioner, I have no right to dictate other people's way, how they want to live their life. So if they want to continue to suffer, let them. Like I said, not everybody want to be liberated. And not everybody want to become Buddha. Not everybody want to be free from suffering, isn't it? Okay, even though nobody wants suffering, but not everybody wants to be free from suffering yet. They still feel, because they feel suffering is something that they are very familiar with. So better to go with something that is familiar than to do something that is not familiar. So there are some people, they will always nag and criticize, and very easily get triggered. So is it your fault or their own business? It's their own business. They very easily get triggered, very easily not happy, very easily whatever people say, they this and that, they very easily to say other people this and that. So it is their problem, not yours. But it will be your problem if you continue to choose to suck up to them. Okay, you can think of a way to tell them, says, oh yes, what you do is good, right? But what you do is good, and I rejoice in your marriage. I don't say, wow, you're very good, wow, you this one. No. Many people like that say, oh, what you do is good, is for the benefit of others. It will somehow be a benefit for you in the future. Just say something like that. Don't need to go overboard, or no need to this and that. 不用讲到好像太过客套话，这些那些不需要。Okay, so it's up to how we want to. Sometimes, you know, like if I go overseas, you know, say some auspicious nice things is a must. But when people start to come and throw all their problems at me and want me to solve their problem, I just need to be there to tell them, say, I'm here for you, but I cannot solve your problem, because only you can choose whether you want to solve your own problem. Because if I solve your problem, you may not do what I say. Then it becomes I add a new ingredient into your soup. Right? That's why we are all in hot soup. We are all in the hot soup of samsara. All right. Okay. So anything else?
Thank you, Rinpoche. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Chanya, for your question. So is there anyone else online who have a question for Rinpoche for tonight?
Okay. If not, then let's offer mandala. Short mandala, please.
Omahong, Omahong, Omahong. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, sun and moon. I offer in visualizations as pure Buddhas. May all sentient beings thirst and join this pure land. Ram Guru Rana Mandala Kapnya Dayami. Okay, let's do a Rinpoche's long life prayer. Om Savasti, like the countless light rays that radiate from Ruby Mountain, exquisite Amitayu, Lord of everlasting life, who cultivates and one does not tire of seeing, whose essence is of infinite life, the nectar of immortality, please instantly grant our Guru the city of stable and everlasting life. We are intelligent and skillful in upholding the traditions of Buddha, spreading the holy Dharma through explanations of practices in order to lead disciples onto the path to liberation. You're the one who is Angkor guide. Please live a long and stable life. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to enjoy excellent health. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to live a long life. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to have Dharma activity spread and far and wide. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to bless me to be never separate from you. In all my future rebirths, may I never be separated from my perfect Guru, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma, and by completing the qualities of stages and path, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. Okay, let's do a dedication. Due to this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of Guru Buddha, that I may be able to liberate all sentient beings from the sufferings. May the precious Bodhi mind not yet born rise and grow. May the born have no decline but increase forevermore. May to be the change dream can be Wang Bu Jiang Bei Yang Gan can be So Tian Song So San Ra Bi Sa La So Wan Li Mi Thanks, Rinpoche, for the teaching. Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you, Rinpoche.